Hello, hello, hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I've not been keeping up on E3. I probably should be. What's up, Autumn Shank, K Buffalo, that nerd, Tracy King. How goes it? Good to see ya. Jack Sofer, Steel Wolf, Blade Man 69er, Julian Miles, Paradox Whispers, or Raymond, the True Ninja Cheap, Cabna Pilolino, something like that. El Pato. What's up, everyone? Tarmagoy Flows, Filthy Casual, good to see ya. Your rightful, check out this deck I've been working on. Alright, I will try to look on it in a minute. Well, thank you, Subversive Tactics. I'm glad I'm the bomb. What's up, everyone? How goes it tonight? It is a super exciting week. Oh, I'm so happy. It's been a good week so far in the Magic world. We have a resubscriber, 8 months in a row, says, thanks for being perpetually great at content. Sabur80, well, thank you for perpetually subbing. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscribers. So let's go over this week real quick. First off, have I seen the typo? I have not seen the typos, Encyclopedia. If you send me a link, I'll look at it right now. If not, I'll have to look it up later. So, it's been a good week. First off, on Sunday, and against the odds deck, top 16, the Modern Classic at the SCG Open, Dubious Challenge, so of course, we gotta play that tonight. Well, thank you, Shugo420. 2 months in a row says, thanks for being my new favorite streamer. Well, thanks for being my new favorite subscriber. I shouldn't say that, people will get mad, but I do appreciate the subscription. Big scoops here for our resubscriber. So, against the odds deck, top 16ing, good thing number one. Then we had great standard announcements. The Monday announcements were so awesome. Core sets returning. I don't understand. They said it's not exactly the core sets again, but they sound like the core sets. Half reprints, half not reprints. Places to have our pithing needles and all that kind of stuff. So super excited for that. Very good news. Looks like Wizards has learned some lessons from the horrible standards of the past few months. So I'm super excited about that. And then today we got a banning. Aetherworks Marvel gone. More bannings is painful. I wish it wouldn't happen, but again, Standard's going to be more fun to play. And then, if you haven't seen them yet, spoilers coming, so look away if you don't want to see them. But we got some new cards. We got to talk about the new cards. So we got 4 new cards. Now, they are actually confirmed at this point. So they were leaked on Reddit, and then I was tweeting about them and saying I don't know if they're real, and someone who owns a store sent me a picture of promotional material that had these cards on it, like an actual Wizards printout about upcoming events and releases and stuff, and it had these cards, so I consider them to be confirmed at this point. Blackjack, 8 months in a row, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscribers. So 4 new ones, we already knew these ones. Wildfire Elemental. Not sure what to make out of this card. Afflict 4, so we get to see a new mechanic. When it becomes blocked, it deals that amount of damage. Obi Winner, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Nicobola, Sama, and Bantu's Reckoning were unintentionally leaked on the Wizards website. But the other 4 were, I don't know, they came from promotional material, I think. So I don't know what to make of Wildfire Elemental. My guess is it's not that great, but maybe it's better than it looks. A little cheeky, 4 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Of course you can have a big scoops cheer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ruminap Excavator actually seems pretty sweet. I don't know if it'll be good in Standard, but it seems pretty sweet in Modern and maybe Legacy. Adorned Pouncer, the art is awesome. I have no idea what Eternalized is, so what do you all think? What does Eternalized do? If it is Embalm and a +1/+1 counter, please, for the love of God, that's literal Megamorph for Embalm. They should have just called it Mega Embalm. Please don't do that. Tracy, Aquarium Tracy gang, no. Well, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Do I really sound like an aquarium? I was just recording videos with this same setup, and I didn't sound like I was in an aquarium on the video. I don't understand. But thank you for your subscription. And then Abrade is super good. This is probably Modern playable. maybe Legacy playable, according to Jeff Hoogland. I don't play enough Legacy to know, but he plays red decks in Legacy, so it makes sense. It is very flexible. It's like a mono red charm almost. So those are the new cards. Pretty exciting. Officially starting spoilers on Friday, I believe. There's a spoiler show, or a Hour of Devastation show coming out from GP Vegas, which will be going on this week. So all around, I think out of the new cards, I think I'm most excited about Runeb Excavator, but mostly for Modern and Legacy, where it's basically a Crucible of Worlds that you can Court of Calling for, Collected Company for, Legacy, Green Sun Zenith for, get back your Wastelands and Ghost Quarters and Fetch Land, so I think it's going to be super good. My guess with the Eternalize, the best thing that I've heard, and this is, I have no clue, but the best thing I've heard is it's repeatable. I think that would be really interesting. It's like Embalm, except you don't remove the creature. So instead, it would be basically pay 5, you get a token that's a copy of this, play this only if it's in the graveyard. I think that would be really cool. I don't know if that is true, but I think that's the coolest suggestion I've heard. I hope it's not Embalm with a +1/+1 counter. That would be pretty disappointing. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, those are the new cards. This is our deck tonight, but we got to do our reminders first, and then we can talk new cards, we can talk announcements and bannings and all that fun stuff as we are getting Dubious, taking the Dubious challenge in Modern. So first off, MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams. You can find our epic Bant Turn stream. Oh, exciting news. So we streamed Bant Turns on Thursday. Eliantrazi was talking to me about it on Twitter. You'd seen the stream. We were talking about it on Friday. Eliantrazi took it with him to the SCG Open, a slightly modified version, and he lost his winning in initially, and then on Sunday actually top-8'd the Classic playing Bat Turn. So the deck actually seems pretty legit. Like, we actually had pretty sweet success with it and backed it up on the paper tournament scene from Eliantrazi. I think he added Narset was the biggest addition, and then change up the sideboard a bit. But anyway, you can see that on the replay. The normal YouTube, we have Budget Magic came out last night playing some Deep Bant, which the deck is super awesome. It's really good against Marvel. Unfortunately, Marvel is not going to be around anymore, but it's still pretty sweet, and I think it's still actually a pretty good deck. So you can check that out. Against Odds coming tomorrow featuring As Foretold, and it turned out pretty sweet in that one as well. Of course, the merch page, that's where you can pick up tokens and playmats and t-shirts and all that stuff to support the stream and the site. Luxac, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. And then last but not least, we now have donations available. There's a link down below, so if you want to donate, get your message read, keep that in mind, that's always a possibility and greatly appreciated. So now let's talk Dubious Challenge. So this deck is actually a lot like, yes, I see all the 61 card questions. It is 61 cards. That it was a 61 card deck. Should it be? No, but it is, and we're probably not going to change it. Suvati, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So if you've been following Against Odds for a while, you know we played a super similar deck to this in Modern. We didn't have Through the Breach. Instead, we were using Fist of the Suns as our backup way to play big things, but we were doing the same thing. So the idea of this deck, Jay Peleg, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So the idea of this deck, Dubious Challenge, if you read Dubious Challenge, basically what it does is you look at 10 cards, you pick 2 creatures, your opponent gets to choose 1, and they get that creature, you get the leftover creature. However, we try to break this symmetry by getting a Glimmer Point Stag or a Flicker Wisp, along with one of our fatties. Grizzlebrands, we have Platinum Furions, we have Elish Norns, we have Emrakuls. So if we can hit one of our big things off Dubious Challenge, along with one of our flickery things, Glimmer Point Stag, Flicker Wisp, no matter what our opponent chooses, we're going to end up with the good thing on our side of the battlefield. Because if they take the Grizzlebrand, we just flicker the Grizzlebrand, get it back. If they take the Glimmer Point, well, then we got a Grizzlebrand, we don't really care. So that's the point of the deck. That's basically the only point of the deck. Our backup plan is through the breach, so we have essentially 7 ways to cheat things into play. We have 8 flicker effects, and then we have this huge pile of fatties, and the rest of the deck is just mana. We have Simian Spirit Guides, Noble Hierarchs, Birds of Paradise to ramp into our payoff cards, and then some Path to Exiles, and that's the deck. That's what we're doing. Autumn Shank, 8 months in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops here for our re-subscriber. As far as the sideboard, not too exciting. We have some counters, Ceremonious Rejection for Tron and Eldrazi decks, Dispel to fight through counter spells, the good white cards, rest in peace Stony Silence, to deal with various situations, affinities and dredges, Celestial Purge is removal, Anger is a sweeper, Madcap Experiment gives us a way to make sure we get our Platinum Empyrean, so if we really want Empyrean, we can bring that in, Ley Lines to fight through Discard and Burn, and a Slaughter Games for combo, and that's what we're battling with. We will see. I thought it was going to be a joke, more or less, because we played it on Against the Odds, and I can't remember our exact record, but I think we had kind of like middling success with it, but it made a top 16 and won a game on camera, so we're heading to a Modern League, getting Dubious, taking the Dubious challenge. Oh man, Brad was awesome. It was so funny. Brad was an awesome sport about it too. What's up, Drake and Vulture? How goes it? You could tell, like, yes, he was losing, and I don't think he likes losing, but he was having fun with it too, losing to this crazy deck. Just seeing him have to, like, pick up and read Dubious Challenge, and you could tell, like, after I was like, oh man, this is really happening. I'm about to lose to Dubious Challenge on camera at a major tournament. Sin Cost, good to have you back. I got my first Mono Blue Tron at Modern FNM, then the time after I got a second. Oh, first with Mono Blue Tron. Awesome. Mono Blue Tron's a good deck. Any suggestions for anti-green-black energy sideboard options for black-red vampires with Marvel out of there? Gotta free up some sideboard slots. What is green-black? I don't know, I guess just removal? Like, vampires, you're probably madnessing. You might already have lightning axes and stuff in the main deck. Lightning axes, fiery temper is a pretty good package against that deck. Yeah, I would have to think about it. I haven't started brewing too much with the new standard yet, since it just happened. I think it will be coming soon, but just, yeah, so you know, the new standard will start on Moto tomorrow. It's happening super quick, but it doesn't take effect until next week in the paper world. So it's not changing in time for GP Vegas this week. Yep, challenge breach. All right, let's do it. Win some tickets. Dubious, Dubious challenge through the breach. Wombo combo. Would I consider playing Time Sifter against the odds? I definitely would. We have a new donation. Your content is the best. Thank you for the email response about my collection yesterday. Know that the great Saffron Olive, uh-oh. I lost the end of it. Hang on. I need to get faster, I swear, at reading donations, because I get, like, almost to the end, but then I don't quite get all of them. Hang on, I can look it up, though. I appreciate the donation. Let's see. All right. From Zavudi, your content is the best. Thanks for the email response about my collection yesterday. Know that for the great Saffron Olive, I'd go well below value. Well, thank you, Zavudi. And yeah, I'll have to get back in touch with you about your collection. A better version of this list, Zach? Uh-oh. I already joined the league. You fixed up the Dubious challenge list? What did you do to it? It's too late for me. We're dubious. We're getting dubious with the OG Dubious challenge. Dubious breach. You can subscribe up at the top of the video. There should be a little subscribe button that you can click. Did I expect a ban? I thought that Marvel would be banned, but I thought it would be next announcement. I thought that Wizards would tough it out through the next few weeks and then ban it pre-Hour of Devastation if nothing changed and there were no big changes in results. So I was a little surprised that it happened now, but I definitely thought that it was going to happen. What cards do I own that has the most sentimental value? I am super unsentimental about cards because I'm so used to buying and selling collections. I'm just very used to cycling through them. So I don't know if I have anything that really has a big sentimental value to me as far as paper cards go. And we're in the match now. We're getting dubious. All right, let me see your rightful king. You've been working on Seismic Loam. Oh, with Gitrog Monster. Gitrog seems like it gets better with the new, not Chalice of the Void, Crucible of the Worlds green creature, whose name I can't remember. That looks sweet, your rightful king. I mean, it looks like it could work. Looks like a pretty solid Loam deck. The only concern I would have is Graveyard Hate is pretty popular right now with Dredge being so good. So let's see. This hand... Yeah, I mean, we're a mana source away from going dubious. We don't have any fatties in hand, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep this. Seems good. Oh, I'm super happy about the Marvel ban. Super, super happy. Were we phaging with Dubious Challenge? Maybe it was the phage deck. Alright, let me see the typo. Oh, okay. Zen Encyclopedia. It looks like it's missing the hyphen. Quantum 2384, 3 months in a row, says, "Hi, finally got to catch the live stream. Well, glad to have you, Quantum. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. The deck has Simian Spirit Guide, but no Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritual, those type of rituals. Oh, someone was asking about Bantu's Last Reckoning. That's not mana. In 8-rack, not sure. I'm still not super sold on Bantu's Last Reckoning. Alright, I guess we can just pass. They can't even Mind Sensor yet, so we shouldn't have to worry about our fetch land. Favorite bad modern deck? Oh man, there's too many of them to count. I love so many bad modern decks. Horizon Canopy. Auriok Champion. Okay. Well, we're not even going to crack. We're just going to wait and hope we get a mana source off the top of our deck. It's a Grizzlebrand. Well, now we better crack this. Pass the turn. A mana short. A mana short. Do you see the mono black burn list? Yeah, I think the list was a little bit updated, but I did see. It was pretty sweet. Add blood moons in the sideboard and stuff. We'll probably have to try playing that at some point. Yeah, you can get a hold of Richard about the error and let him know. I mean, I can pass it along to him at some point as well, but I would probably do that. Flicker Wisp. Flickering the champion. Come on, deck. Give us a land, and everything will be good. All will be forgiven. Land? Alright, it's a land. Windswept Heath. Crack Windswept Heath. Get a... What do we even have Breeding Pool for? Sideboard cards? I mean, I guess we'll just take Forest. And, I mean, we're going for it. We're going for it. Exile Spirit Guide. Come on, Dubious. Be good to us. Alright, let's read this. Look at the top 10 cards of your library. Exile 2 creatures. Target opponent. May choose one. Alright, so we got to target our opponent. Emrakul. Okay. So what's our choices here, chat? Vexos, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I mean, it's probably Emrakul. Grizzlebrand would be pretty sweet, too. Grizzlebrand draws us cards. Yeah, I think that's correct. So we'll take Emrakul, take Flicker Wisp. The only problem is our opponent also has Flicker Wisps. Yeah, this seems like it might work. Caloburnio, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Opponent trying to figure out the Dubious challenge. I do not think this is going to go the way that they are hoping. I mean, it's not just unbeatable. They could, like, beat down Flicker Wisp, beat down Flicker Wisp. Some weird combination like that. But they're basically on a one-turn clock of answering this Emrakul, or they're... Oh, okay. So they just take the Flicker Wisp. So I guess they can Flicker, Flicker Wisp, Flicker Emrakul, and they get in an attack that way. And then if they have another Flicker Wisp, we could lose. Hopefully that's not what happens. So here comes Flicker Wisp. Flicker's Emrakul. So that is their plan. Hooglin ran a version without the Grizzlebrands. Yeah, that's, I mean, I could see that. We're playing the version exactly from the SCG this weekend. It's pretty similar to ours that we played on Against Odds, I think, but we had Fist of Sun. Chromanicore Erebos. Oh, it's Soul Flare. Okay, that makes more sense. That looks like a lot of fun. Seems like you'd make a pretty sweet Soul Flare with that deck. Alright, opponent beats down. Come on, no Flicker Wisp. Down to 10. We need one attack. One attack. Yeah, if we get a land, we will flicker the Flicker Wisp. That would be pretty reasonable. Being able to get back our Flicker Wisp would be pretty nice. Soul Flare on budget. Oh no! Opponent! They have all the Flicker Wisps. Every single one. Okay. So we might be dead? Oh, this is so bad. We get back Emrakul. They get back Flicker Wisp. They get rid of our Emrakul again. Oh, no! Oh, I had Brooding Surian as a one-of in our Against the Odds build. That is a good backup for getting back our creatures. Dick Tugnut, 8 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Flicker Wisp that we can't cast. Maybe we should have shocked ourselves to get another white source. Well, do they have another Flicker Wisp? Opponent gains a life. You gotta be kidding. No, my goodness! Well, that's, if they target Emrakul, that's game. What are the odds? They are very slim. Alright. Well, there's one way this deck can beat an Emrakul, and that's to have the 3 Flicker Wisp hand, and they had 3 Flicker Wisps in their top 10 cards, and alright. That does it. Yep. Alright. Well then, we can bring in our Anger of the Gods. That seems like a reasonable card to bring in. Oh, that is so incredibly unfortunate. the odds of that. So Dubious, we should make sure this is clear. When we Dubious, our opponent gets to choose first. So if we picked Emrakul and birds, we would end up with the birds, and our opponent would choose the Emrakul. So we have to get a big thing and something to flicker the big thing, or else our opponent just gets the big thing. So we gotta do that. We couldn't have taken the birds there. JSB911, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I don't think we really got to change much. I think, apart from getting wrecked by Leonin Arbiter type stuff, I feel like our opponent doesn't have many ways to interact with what we're doing. And we have a lot of good ways of just killing them. We might just get rid of Platinum Empyrean. It just dies to Path. Elish Norn, Grizzlebrand, Emrakul seem more impactful. Let's try it like that. But they would have attacked us with the Emrakul and annihilated all of our lands, so we wouldn't have had any mana, or any permanents, or any creatures, or anything. You've already seen this list from me, but I wanted to ask your permission to use this in a video. Oh yeah, Kithkin Tribal. You can definitely, I mean, that's your deck. You can use it in the video. You can use my decks in videos if you want to. This hand is horrible. I mean, what do you do with hands like this? We don't even have green mana. I guess we gotta ship it. Alright. This hand's not ideal, but we have the mana if we can find a Dubious challenge. Land definitely to the bottom. There will be more tokens coming out. Not 100% sure. Not 100% sure what they will be, but there are more tokens coming out. I don't remember what exactly they are though. New subscriber Naz Smith, 6 months in a row. What's up, Naz Smith? Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Hey, what's up, Stu? Oh man, that playmat. Phone has Thraben Inspector. Alright. Flooded Strand. I don't think we're going to play our second birds. I don't really want to just play more mana into this anger that we're probably going to have to cast. Opponent gets in with Thraben Inspector. Yep. Down to 16. Yeah, we got some sweet new Hour of Devastation leaks. Auriac Champion, protection from red. We will take a Temple Garden, tapped. Glimmer Point Stag. I guess we can flicker their clue? That's like, that's some value, right? Arid Mesa, crack it. Get a Plains, I think? I don't really want to shock ourselves. We're already at 14 somehow. We have a new donation. $5 from Tay Tay the Great. Longtime YouTube subscriber, first time watching the stream. So happy to finally have caught it. Thank you for being my favorite YouTuber. Well, thank you so much for the donation, and welcome to the stream. Awesome. Always awesome to see people finding the stream for the first time. Yeah, get out of here, Glue. Oh, we got him. We got him. Yeah, we got a birds for the red mana. If this deck has removal, it's going to be Path, so I'm not super concerned about having an extra red source. That said, we probably get punished somehow. Glimmer Point Stag is also a good blocker here, so that's fine. Blades Placer, stuff that gets wrecked by an anger. So we just want to get as much value out of this anger as possible. Opponent passes. Play the forest, pass the turn. I think we can give it another turn before we anger. Our opponent might Flicker Wisp here. They have Ghost Quarter. Gets in. Alright, we'll take it. Down to 11. Oh, we are not drawing any action. So we can cast our Griselbrand. We need black mana to cast Griselbrand. Alright, now we're just going to have to anger. We can anger and replay the birds. So that's pretty good anger. Opponent still will have this champion, but... And an Ether Vial. Alright. The turn 4 Ether Vial, not that scary. More birds. Well, let's get in with Glimmer Point. Maybe our opponent will, for some reason, not block. Or think that we don't know it has first strike. Okay, they block. Fair enough. So now we'll just anger. Sweep away the board. Except for the champion. Birds, birds. Hallowed Fountain. Alright, deck. Let it. We can actually hardcast an Elish Norn. I'm sure you've been asked 500 times already, but what are my thoughts on the Marvel banning? Bannings are painful, and I dislike having to have bannings in Standard, but I'm very happy that Marvel is banned, and I think Standard will be a better place without Marvel in the format. Not so much because it's too good, although it is, but mostly because it's just so unfun and swingy. New donation, Mark Gerber, $10. Say this fast. Toy boat, 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 toy boat. I can't. I tried. Thank you. Thank you, Mark Gerber, for the donation. That is, why is that so hard to say? Those are two very common words. Toy boat, toy boat, toy. Is it impossible? Is that just like an impossible thing? What do I think about Eternalize? I don't know what it does. We were debating it at the very beginning of the stream. I don't know what it does. Hopefully it's cool. I've heard Stonecloaker. Oh my god, we're just gonna lose to this Ultra Jank. If we don't draw a Dubious challenge, opponent also gets to bounce a creature. Thraben Inspector. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, not good, not good. Not good. Maybe the swamp is because theoretically if we have enough Birds of Paradise we can actually hardcast a Griselbrand. Embalm plus Indestructible, that could make sense. We played a deck very similar to this on Against the Odds a long time ago. Alright, I guess we get rid of Stonecloaker. Opponent can't Flicker Wisp. There's no way they can have two Stonecloakers. That would just be too much. Hey, I think I just subscribed a minute ago. Did I miss you somehow? Shinobi? Well, welcome to the Fishbowl, Shinobi. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Sometimes Twitch gets goofy like that. I hope it doesn't give a +1/+1 counter. That's just too Megamorphy, and Megamorph wasn't even very good. Opponent passes. We draw more nothings. Oh man. This is feeling like an Against the Odds deck. I remember these feelings. Oh, I must have just missed it. Oh, sorry. Religic, a 1 and 8 p.m. Productions for the 4th month in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscriptions. Big scoops cheer for our new subscribers. Oh, that's a good point. They don't mix -1, -1, and +1/+1 counter themes. Maybe it's Embalm with a -1, -1 counter. Opponent, Thraben Inspector. Oh, this is so brutal. We've just done nothing. We've swept the board, but we mulliganed and haven't found any action. Still a little upset that we lost the first one because, what are the odds? Indestructible, Repeatable was the other thing that's been brought up that sounds interesting. Like Embalm, but you don't exile it, so you can just keep doing it again and again. So the only good news is we could still draw a Dubious challenge, and we're not dead yet. But we're getting to the point where we're going to have to draw it like this turn, and we're hoping our opponent doesn't have Flicker Wisps. Opponent has something. Always something. Thalia. Not relevant. Well, other than beating us down and killing us. Glimmer Point. I mean, we can cast it. Cast Glimmer Point. This might give us one more turn. Flicker the big vial. Oh, this has been so brutal. Yeah, now I don't even think Dubious Challenge does it. Oh my. For the love of God. Yep. Having flashbacks to against the odds. And our opponents, I feel like they're running pretty above the curve. Icy Doc, welcome to the Fishbowl. 2 months in a row, there's nothing more fun than watching someone slap their $700 modern deck off the table after losing to some budget jank. That is very true. I agree with you. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheers for our new subscriber. Yeah, I don't even think it matters what we do here. I think we're just straight up dead. So we block here, block here, block here. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. If our opponent has nothing. If I counted correctly. Opponent. Let's go to the next phase. There you go. Yeah, we had to block with everything or we were just dead. And more lands, and whoo! The time to sell BFC Ulamog was probably a few weeks ago at this point, but probably still now is better than just waiting, I would say. But I think it was at its peak a few weeks ago. Whew, well that was super dubious. Dubious challenge for Phage. Phage makes opponent lose first. Only question is how to guarantee double Phage in the top 10. That sounds like a super sweet against the odds plan. Yeah. Except it is going to be hard to make sure you have 2 Phages in the top 10. That is a challenge to overcome. I feel bad because I just traded my Ulamogs away to people in my LGS. Now they'll be dropping in price. Sucks for them. Yeah, that is kind of a bummer. I think you didn't notice when you looked at my Loam deck earlier that the sideboard transforms into 8-rack. Ooh, I didn't notice that, but that's a really cool transformational sideboard plan. Yes, the 05 Dream is alive, which, I mean, we're playing it against the odds deck, so I don't know why we'd expect to do anything differently. I wonder what, oh, I can't remember the person's name that played this. I wonder what their record was at the actual Open. Because we saw them on camera when they were like 2-0, and they won, so they were 3-0. But I wonder if they ended like 3-12 or something. I guess they wouldn't have made day 2 if that happened. Any chance we'll be seeing Modern Blackburn Vampire deck? We'll probably play something like that at some point. We might do it for stream or something. Do a deck tech of it. Is probably the most likely way of doing it. Well, no way we can keep this. We don't even have. Yeah, oh, look at this hand. I'm having flashbacks. All right, we have a Dubious challenge. We have 2 Glimmer Point Stags in hand, which isn't the best, but we can keep this. So we, Platinum Empyreon's going to the bottom. Not gonna draw that right now. We'll just play Beseju, pass the turn. So we got a chance. We got our challenge. I mean, this card is so amazingly well named. Pop Punchos, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. I don't know why I started saying that. You can submit decks to me either in the YouTube comments or you can email them to me, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Well, that's not bad. Windswept Heath, crack Windswept Heath, grab our forest, play our birds. Alright, so we're going to get a swing at the Dubious. The only problem is we're a little short on flicker effects, so this might not go well. I don't think Wizards should unban anything at the moment. Opponent has a Soul Attendant. Yeah, that's one of the upsides of being Content Manager MTG Goldfish. I get the sweet MTG Goldfish email. If anything in Standard should be unbanned, it's Reflector Mage. Honestly, somewhat understandable, but very powerful. I wouldn't unban it. Yeah, I think it's just too much of a cost to ban and unban. I think once a card's banned, Wizards is probably better off just letting it stay banned, even if it would be safe to unban. It's different in like Modern or Legacy, but in Standard in specific, where there's a rotation, that feels like the smartest thing. All right, it's time. We're spinning the wheel. Come on, Dubious. I'm a little nervous because of these 2 Glimmer Point Stags in hand, but Dubious challenge. Come on, come on. Uncounterable bonus. If we whiff on this, we might just be dead. Norin gets exiled. Oh, okay. Emrakul, holy crap, we were so close to missing. Look at all those lands, but we did not miss. Flicker Wisp, Emrakul. There you go, opponent. Take your pick. Stoneforge can never get unbanned. You can ban Batterskull maybe and unban it, I think. No, no, no. No, you can't take birds. I need to impress this on people over and over again. No, no, no. Maybe if we know we're losing, I will take birds one time just so we see what happens. So our opponent can choose not to take anything, and then we would get both creatures, which is also pretty fine. What do you think about Maneki the Fever Dream Commander deck? Bansia Andy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops here for our new subscriber. This is more like it. This is what we're looking to do. I would have to look up Maneki the Fever Dream. I don't know. Is that the right spelling? It looks weird. Maneki the Fever Dream. Oh, it's the... Okay, that is right. Switch each creature's power and toughness. Could probably build a sweet deck around it. It's a pretty interesting effect. I don't know exactly what you do with it. Opponent goes attacking. Well, we are going to eat the champion. Our opponent's sticking it out, giving it a shot. Is this our budget deck? I can't remember. I don't think so. The Kobolds or the Carekeep makes me think of our Stake Sisters deck, which I believe had a Carekeep. All right, opponent sending the message down to 7. More Glimmer Point Stags. Well, now this is correct. So now we should actually Breeding Pool untapped. I mean, it probably doesn't matter, but the correct things to do is flicker our Flicker Wisp, so it doesn't get annihilated by Emrakul. And then we Emrakul, annihilate everything. So if our opponent took Emrakul when we got our Flicker Wisp, when it entered the battlefield, we would have targeted the Emrakul, and it would have flickered the Emrakul, and it would have came back on our side of the battlefield. So that's actually the whole trick, I guess, or combo to the deck. Haha! Actually found a way to interact with Norin. What's up, the Jackal Pup? How goes it? Yeah, that's the whole plan. That's the whole plan of the deck. Well, that was better. That's what this deck is trying to do, looking to do. The challenge was accepted. Well, we can bring in Anger of the Gods, Slaughter Games, Madcaps, counters. I don't think we want anything else. The only other possibility would be Madcap. I don't even know if that's worth it. J Mobman, 3 months in a row, says, holy poop, the Norin interaction was hilarious. Yeah, I've never exiled a Norin before with a Flicker Wisp, I don't think, but that was pretty sweet. Oh man, probably my favorite card art. Oh, welcome to the Fishbowl, by the way. Big scoops cheer for you. Favorite card art is probably something really old and just absurd. Like Horrible Hordes. Horrible Hordes is a good one, but I'm sure there's other ones from the old times. Just old and goofy and crazy. Mr. Zwick, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscribers. Yeah, our opponent's playing Soul Sisters in the league, which is interesting. Don't see too many Soul Sisters decks at this point. Can we cut a land? Yeah, I'm gonna cut Boseiju. That was pretty painful. A little risky, but we have birds and Simian Spear Guide, so let's try it. The orangutan is not my favorite art, but it is funny. Carlos Danger, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So Zach, are you still hanging out in the chat? What's your theory with this deck? Do you think you just have to mulligan mulligan aggressively to try to hit a payoff card? What do you think, chat? What's your... Yeah, the deck has 61 cards. It probably shouldn't, but it does. What do you think, chat? Do we have to mulligan aggressively to try to find a payoff? I was on my way home from my cousin's house when my motorcycle hit some leaves mulch, pinned my leg ankle beneath my bike in the guardrail. Oh my goodness, the jackal pup. That's... Yeah, you might want to consider going to the hospital. That sounds horrible. I'm so sorry. Alright, seems like the mull vote is winning. So we'll mull. Alright, that was a good mull. We mulled into Dubious challenge. And we don't have any of our fatties in hand, so this is looking pretty good. Yes, Duels is going away. But apparently they're demoing a something at HasCon. I'm still, that might just be a trap to try to get people to pay $600 for HasCon. I'll believe it when I see it. I have and this probably sounds horrible, but I just have very little faith in any Magic digital project coming out quickly. We've just seen it so many times before that it takes years longer than expected. No turn 2. We're going to have to wait till turn 3 for our Dubious, since our opponent had the Lightning Bolt. And just play a tap land. Pass the turn. So next turn we should be able to fire off our Dubious. I'm going to HasCon since I live in Providence. I'll let you know if it's worth it. I'm still thinking about if I'm going to go. It's not out of the possibility. I actually have to decide pretty soon for sure if I'm going to go. The digital announcement was definitely not much of an announcement, Emissary of Light. But we've kind of come to expect that with the digital announcements. That's about how they all are. It's been a great year. We've done lots of cool things. Next year's going to be even greater. We're going to do even more cool things. Next time I talk to you, I'll tell you more. That's every digital announcement ever. Oh, boy. All right, well, that's not the payoff we were looking for. But I think we end with 2 Flicker Wisps on the battlefield, which is something. 4 mana, 2 Flicker Wisp. It was like a collected company. Flicker the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, and then we're not going to draw those lands. Instead, we're going to draw Emerkles. Okay. Opponent gains some life. That is definitely not a way to win the game. Yep, Sorcery Speed Coco. We did it. Pass the turn. I mean, getting 2 Flicker Wisps is not horrible. And we actually get to flicker something else for the next turn. Maybe just the red source? I don't know. Probably the red source. I guess we got a lot of non-Dubious challenge cards to the bottom. Yeah, let's just get the land, whatever. I think that's better than flickering a Soul Attendant or something. Don't really care about our opponent gaining life, because when we win, we're going to win by annihilating their board, most likely, or drawing a ton of cards with Grizzlebrand. Opponent, Genesis Chamber. That's going to get out of control. Alright, we take one from the Hawk. Well, come on, another Dubious challenge. Also, we have Through the Breaches. Through the Breach would also be insane. Oh, alright. Well, let's spin to win. We get to try it again. Dubious, number 2. There we go. Emrakul, Glimmerpoint Stag. That's more like it. Yes! Dubious! We did it. We did it. We did it. Opponent gets the Glimmerpoint Stag. We get some Genesis Chamber triggers, but TLDR, we get an Emrakul. Well, it's a little disappointing we whiffed on the first one, but it worked out. We drew the second Dubious challenge, which is what we wanted. And, I mean, I'm pretty sure Emrakul's gonna be the promised end, even though... Whoa! Look at these mirror tokens. Moto's been doing some weird, but kind of cool things with tokens lately, making them crazy old border. They flickered our Emrakul? Okay. I don't even know if we attack. Let's just do as much blocking as possible. We're going to win by Annihilation. I don't think we really want to let our life total get down. So our opponent flickered our Emrakul, which gave us another mirror token. Yeah, those tokens are really sweet. I don't think they exist in paper, but I would like one. There's a champion. Yeah, I mean, Pridemate's good, but I think it's a little bit too late at this point. I think Emrakul beats Pridemate. So if our opponent chose the Emrakul, we would have got the Glimmerpoint Stag, and when the Glimmerpoint Stag entered, we would have targeted the Emrakul, and we would have got both the Glimmerpoint Stag and the Emrakul, because the Emrakul would come back into play on our side of the battlefield. Yeah, watch them kill us somehow here. Burn at the stake somehow. They just go super wide with tokens. Mana, burn at the stake, we die. Do I ever play paper? Casually a little bit, occasionally like pre-releases, but I don't really do tournaments in paper. Against the odds, Wildfire Elemental from the new spoilers. Yeah, that card is super unique. I'm not really sure what to make of it, but it's definitely super unique. Well, let's start the Annihilation. Opponent's mirror tokens, give them a bit of sack fodder. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Our Glimmerpoint Stag. Champion of the Parish. Okay. Opponent's trying to keep lands alive. They're actually going to survive one Emrakul hit. I don't know about blocking there. They're at 34. 15 only gets them to 19, but okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's too dubious to be banned, I think. There's the Norin. Death Shadow. So speaking of the bannings, we didn't talk about this. I very firmly believe that Death Shadow doesn't need to be banned at this point. I know there's been some grumblings about it, but I just don't see it. Yes, it's good, but are we really upset about Death Shadow being... or Death Shadow decks being decent in Modern? I don't think that's a... I tried to explain this on the podcast if you listen to it, but it doesn't feel bad to me. For me, like, losing to Infect on turn 2, that felt bad. Getting Tronned on turn 3 and getting your land carned, that feels bad. When I play against Death Shadow, it doesn't feel that way. Yeah, you might be losing the same when they Cycle Street Wraith, Thought Seize you, whatever, fetch for a shock, play 2 Death Shadows. Like, you're still losing, but it doesn't have that same feeling of, like, dread and horror and miserableness that you get from those other decks. So, I don't know. Could it be banned eventually? Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I'm not saying that it'll never get banned, but at this point, I don't think it needs to be banned. I don't think Death Shadow is any better than Blood Moon and Snaring Bridge. Powerful, yes. Annoying, yes, but not ban-worthy. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think Modern is in I mean, one of the better places it's ever been in its entire history. Yeah, I mean, Emrakul. I guess we could have attacked with everything here since we're annihilating, but this mana base is never going to let us hardcast a Grizzlebrand. Pretty confident in that. Oh, the Mirror token. It is real? It's a player rewards token? Oh, you're right. And it's expensive. Those are sweet. I might have to get one of those. I have no idea what I do with it. Hanging on my wall. Phone it. Send in the Norin message. Well, oh man. Well, speaking of sending messages, we might as well we might as well send a message of our own, since our opponent is sending us messages. What's better than an Emrakul? An Emrakul pumped by an Elesh Norn. Oh, flawless victory! I think we got him. Oh, we got the GGs and the flawless victory. Well, Dubious, when it works, it really works, and crazy good things happen like it did there. So, lost round 1. Soul Sisters kind of got crushed by us in round 2, so not bad for the Dubious challenge. 05 Dream just died, which is a good thing. How is Emrakul able to be targeted by Blink since she has protection from color? So one of the weird things about Emrakul is Emrakul doesn't have protection from a color or from colors. It has protection from colored spells, which is actually an important distinction. Once a creature is on the battlefield, or even like an Oblivion Ring is on the battlefield, it's not a spell, it's a permanent. So you can target it with permanents that are on the battlefield, which is why you can Detention Sphere or Oblivion Ring in Emrakul, even though the O-Ring is a spell on the stack. Once it's on the battlefield, it's not a spell, and the protection doesn't apply. So it's kind of weird and technical, but that's the reason we can get away with it. We haven't done and the protection doesn't apply. We haven't done a ad yet, so quick 30-second break. We'll be back with round 3 of our Dubious challenge. Alright, we're back. We're back, ready for round 3 of our Dubious challenge. And since we've been, we're already around 3, probably be able to get in a game of Momir tonight. So, Momir bonus. We haven't got to play much Momir lately. So I guess it would be less Mir rather than Momir. But we can make up for that tonight, hopefully. It was a weird commercial. So can we play the fair game? This hand isn't bad. Turn 2 Flicker Wisp, turn 3 Glimmer Point, Flicker, Flicker Wisp, Flicker Land. I mean, we can try the fair game. Can this deck win a fair game? What was the ad? I don't actually control the ad. It's just Twitch that controls the ad. If there was a problem with the ad, you should let me know, and I'll see if there's... I don't know if I can do this or not, but I'll see if there's a way I can stop that specific ad from showing up if it was offensive or something. Sideth, 2 months in a row, love the stream. Just got back into Magic. Hen plays in some Mirrodin. Keep it up. I remember playing Mirrodin. Welcome back to the Fishbowl, Sideth. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, we're gonna try this. It's not a free win hand, but it seems like it could be good enough as a normal hand. Oh, Blood Drive? Yeah, I've seen that commercial actually. That's like a Grindhouse movie. Probably will not be good, unfortunately. But maybe, you never know. Alright, let's see how round 3 goes. quick question. Are you choosing your stream quality, and if so, what's it set at currently? Should be 1080p, I believe. Air Force Flyer, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your subs tonight. Definitely appreciate the support and the donations as well. Let's just Temple Garden. If this is Storm, we are going to regret keeping this hand. Play Noble Hierarch, pass the turn. Not confident in the fair hand being able to beat the Storm hand. I watched a stream with my 4-year-old son's laptop, and that bloody commercial, he stabbed my leg with a fork. What are you going to do about it? Oh, man. Well, it's a good... it is Storm. It's a good teachable moment. So this is a time when you can use this as an opportunity to talk to your son about how violence is not the answer. What do we do here? I mean, we just gotta play stuff. It doesn't do much of anything. I guess we can flicker our planes and bluff a mana tithe. Maybe our opponent won't try to kill us. Could happen. Could happen. Sarah Ascendant and stuff are the next level when situationally good. Huh, I don't know, JSB911. Should be able to, it should be 1080. Or that should be an option. I think since we're partnered, you should be able to choose your own quality options under the gear icon at the bottom. So you can mess around with that, but it should be able to go up to 1080. Explain that knives are for leg stabbing, not forks. Are we dead here? It looks like we're probably dead here. Opponents casting tons of stuff, storming off. Goblin Electromancer, 5 mana floating. Do they have the get? Oh my god, more Electromancers. And the Pest in Flames. Oh my lord. Yep, cast it again, cast it again. Everything is as cheap as possible. Maybe they don't have it. They only have 2 Manamorphoses for card draw. Stu, 4 months in a row says, give me my damn playmat. Stu, that's true. I do. Let me see. Where's the message? What does this say? Make Stu great again by shipping his playmat. Yeah, I guess I do still owe you a playmat. If Nightbot says I owe you a playmat, it must be true. Don't you think that Graph Digger's case is underused in modern sideboards at the moment? I've been jamming 2 in my Abzan sideboard, and it's been crazy good. I mean, it's definitely good. Very good against Collected Company. Oddly not good against Living End, but it is good against a lot of decks. So I think it's definitely worthy of consideration for the sideboard. Oh yes, I can resize so you can see the storm count. You wouldn't want to miss the storm count. That would be too bad if you couldn't see us dying. Oh my god, the goblins. Yeah, that's a lot of goblins. Enough that our Glimmer Point Stag is not going to be able to save us. Imaginary Colors, 2 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops here for our new subscriber. What's up, Vermin MX? How goes it tonight? Yep. Well, let's send a message and then scoop. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, that was a pretty good turn 3 for our opponent. Not bad, not bad. What'd they get? 36 goblins? Yep. Whoo, lordy, lordy. Alright, so against this deck, what do we even have? Dispel seems good. Slaughter Games maybe is okay. Is Leyline good enough? Rest in Peace is. Leyline is the big question. Do we want Leylines? We can also just win by killing our opponent, which would be ideal. We do not have Rule of Law. We're playing some Dubious Challenge tonight. The main problem with Madcap is, for one, they're probably going to bring in Echoing Truth. For second, they can probably still kill us with Grape Shot if they really want to. I don't think we really want to anger. The Goblin plan is like the backup plan, actually, so it's not all that common that we see it. Slaughter Games is probably too slow, actually. I don't know if that's worth it. The other question is how we can sideboard without... I mean, we gotta take cards out. So what do we take out is even a bigger question. Because we have so many combo pieces. That's one of the downsides, I think, of this deck is look at all these cards that are essentially necessary for our combo. And one of our best ways of winning is just to combo before our opponent. If we can Emrakul them on turn 3, then we might, especially with Breach, then we can probably just beat them that way. Oh, we need Path against their creatures, though. That's one of the awkward things about this new build of Storm, is that creatures are actually fairly important to kill. They really are a huge part of the deck's power. Now that we have one announcement per day, you guys should do a podcast every day to talk about it. Mini episode, 30 minutes. That could be an interesting idea. I'll have to think about that. Oh man, we gotta cut stuff quick. Alright. Oh, we gotta have one more card. We gotta have 61, that's right. We might just try it like this. Alright, let's try it like that. We mostly just want to kill our opponent. Alright, alright. This is reasonable. We can path our opponent's Baral, and then we have Dubious Challenge for turn 4 if we don't draw any mana. Hopefully, we could draw Acceleration, would be helpful. We have 61 because... We have 61 because the original deck has 61. So we didn't change it. There's like fire trucks going by or something. You probably hear that. Opponent has certain visions. As far as ley lines, we just don't have room is the biggest problem. Like, we have so many slots dedicated to the combo. I think Rest in Peace is better than Leyline, and I'm not sure how we sideboard in more cards than we already have is the bigger issue. We need white mana here. I guess we can take white. I guess we can take Sacred Foundry. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take Sacred Foundry. We do want to have Path here. Alright. Flooded Strand. So our best draw is probably Simian Spirit Guide. So we can just Dubious Challenge next turn. Secret Handshake! Second month in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Best way to fight mill is just to sideboard in your whole board. Yeah, it's true. I don't know if we have enough lands to support just sideboarding up to 75, though. Yeah, I don't have a justification for why there's 61. It's essentially never correct, is a good rule of thumb. No. Oh. Crap. Alright. Well. That's probably game. Yikes. Now we never cast anything. Well, we cast Rest in Peace. Good thing we got a basic swamp so we can cast our Grizzlebrand through this Blood Moon. Oh boy. So how how do we possibly do this? We have one forest in our deck, but we didn't have any fetch lands that would allow us to get it. There's a Windswept Heath, but it doesn't help us now. I guess we're on the breach plan. We can still breach even through this, so if we can draw like Grizzlebrand or Emrakul plus breach, then we're good. I guess Blood Moon would be another reason to bring in a Madcap Experiment. We could also somehow... No, that doesn't work. I was going to say we could somehow get a creature on the battlefield. I guess Simian Spirit Guide. We could draw Simian Spirit Guide, play Simian Spirit Guide, path Simian Spirit Guide to get our forest. Alright, opponents comboing off to try to find a land. Yeah, we only have one dude we can cast, though, and that's Simian Spirit Guide, so even that's kind of a long shot. Sleight of Hand. Thankfully, our opponent kept a hand that was really based on this Blood Moon, so they haven't been able to really do much, and they still don't even have blue mana. We could just draw our forest. We could draw lands in Platinum Empyrean, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this. The only good news is our opponent's hand is equally bad. More Blood Moons. This is the most awkward turn 3 combo matchup I've ever played. I mean, we'll eventually draw a forest. It might be 46 cards deep, but I don't know if we live that long. Especially if our opponent draws an island. Then things can go bad really quick. The fact that our opponent doesn't have blue mana, I think, is what's saving us at the moment. Come on, forest! Forest off the top. Arid Mesa, not a forest. Well, if we somehow make it to game 3, we'll definitely try to fetch a forest, although we didn't really punt, because neither of our fetches could get a forest. I mean, our opponent's kind of locked under their own Blood Moon. They might be able to, like, mini combo if they have... Alright, Bolts our face. If they have the Goblin Storm card. Ooh, okay. Well, we gotta do it. Cast Simian Spirit Guide. Hopefully we can path it. The problem is our opponent could bolt it in response, and then we're really in trouble. What an awkward match. No blue mana. I mean, maybe our opponent taps out or taps down. Oh, I don't know if we go for it. Do we just have to go for it? We can try to go on the Spirit Guide beatdown. Monkey beats. Well, this would be a good time for the monkey song. The problem is they could draw blue mana and just kill us, like, instantly. Oh. They already used a bolt. The deck can't have that many bolts. They're discarding into hand size. The problem is if we get the mana, then we can just win. You know what? We're going for it. If you can stop it with a bolt, you got us. Good for you. We have a new donation, $5. Hi-Fi Blue. Hey, Seth. Called out of work so I could finally catch a stream. What are you playing tonight? We are getting Dubious in Modern with the Dubious Challenge. Thank you so much for the donation. Definitely appreciate it. Okay. Manamorphose. Are they going to Manamorphose for blue mana and cast? Oh, my goodness. Is that how this is going to go down? Well, I mean, if they're... I guess this is still fine. If we're making them spend their Manamorphose to Echoing Truth, a Spirit Guide, I think that still counts as a win for us. We made our opponent spend 2 real spells to bounce a Spirit Guide. Oh, man. There's the daddy. We just need a breach. Breach would be so good. Yeah, we can try it again here. The fact that our opponent had to spend that many resources to beat it the first time means it's pretty likely that it's going to work this time. We're definitely going to try again, because our opponent's not casting anything. You got another... Alright. Yes! Get our one forest. I think it's time to get Dubious. It's Dubious time. Watch us somehow whiff. Yeah, I mean, let's take the Dubious challenge. Come on, Dubious, please. Yes! Emrakul, Flicker Wisp. Yes, we will choose those two. What do you take, opponent? What do you take? Oh, yes. The challenge has been accepted. Our opponent tanking over what to do. Do they take Flicker Wisp? Do they take Emrakul? Whoo, boy. We got there. We got there. It is possible. I mean, our opponent knows they have to go for it this turn. They correctly take Flicker Wisp. Flicker, Emrakul. Alright. Well, our opponents, I don't know if they can do it, but they have to try, because they're dead next turn. So we're going to see them cast a lot of spells. If they can. And just do whatever they can. Whew, our opponent's Blood Moons actually... Oh, they drew another land that does not make blue mana. I think that our opponent's Blood Moons actually hurt them more than it hurt us. Opponent passes. We draw an Emrakul. Well, that's fine now. I think it's time to annihilate the competition. Yep, we'll attack. Our opponent can sack the Blood Moons, but they also have to sack a lot of other stuff. And they didn't float any mana, which they probably should have if they're going to gifts or something. Man, if we lose from here, I'm going to be so sad. Can we do anything good here? I guess we just... Oh, I see. We have to... this is painful. Well, whatever. Crack Windswept Heath. Temple Garden. Untapped. I think it's worth playing an Elish Norn, because it means our opponent is going to have a hard time playing Electromancer. Alright, this is it. Can you 12 us opponent with your Storm cards? Well, we couldn't cast Emrakul. We didn't have the mana to cast Emrakul. And our opponent scoops it up. Yeah, we do not have 4 black lands, but we can potentially Birds of Paradise to cast it. Oh my goodness. We got there through the Blood Moon in one of the most ridiculous games. Oh, wow. Wow, wow. Yeah, it wouldn't stop Baral, but it would stop Electromancer. The Funky Hobo, 5 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I wanted to ask if it was allowed as a private person to speculate a little bit on MTGO and buy a few copies of the card, resell them for a higher price. Yes, that is allowed, Flugasaur. You can buy and sell cards however you want to on Magic Online. Do I do all the art for the Goldfish videos? No, I do not. Like I wish. Like the thumbnails? No, we have someone that does that, and they are super awesome. I am very bad at that. Actually, funny story. If you've been following the Instant Deck Tech series for any amount of time, you know that I used to make the thumbnails for them. And it was my amazing artistic abilities that finally got Richard to hire someone to do it. Oh, there were so many complaints. I thought they looked cool. I just like warped the colors all different ways, put different filters on it. I thought they looked neat, but apparently other people Didn't think so. I have a unique taste in art and music. If you take a look at As Foretold Blue Red Turds in Wheel of Fate from GP Copenhagen, I have not really looked at that deck too much, no. I think someone sent me the list and I looked it over, but I didn't really go too in-depth in it. We are playing As Foretold tomorrow for Against the Odds, though. Yeah, alright, run it back. I mean, the new thumbnails are awesome. I'm not saying that by any means. They're super good, and they're way better than anything I could make. But I didn't think my old ones were that bad. We will definitely mulligan this. Alright, it's a dubious hand. Well, we got to keep Windswept Teeth because it gives us our mana. The question's going to be, is this fast enough? And I'm not sure the answer will be yes. Opponent plays land. We play land. Pass the turn. So we have turn 3 Dubious, but it's not outside the realms of possibility that we just die on turn 3. I'm pretty sure the new spoilers are real. Because I actually saw where it came from, the poster material stuff. Oh, there's Brawl. So I guess we could draw Simian Spirit Guide, Part 2 would be our best draw. Otherwise, maybe a Path to deal with Brawl. Come on, Simian Spirit Guide. Or a Plains. Probably should have got a Forest there. In case of Blood Moon. I think we're just about to die, though. Manamorphose. Yeah, seems fairly likely that we're dead. Wait, 2020 Vanilla Mythic? I don't even know if I saw the spoilers you're talking about. Oh, man. Really? Well, punished for not fetching a forest. Deservedly. Deservedly. Should have definitely fetched a forest there. Well, that one's 100% my fault. I don't see a 2020 Vanilla Mythic anywhere. Oh, we're back to this again. Oh my god. So we're back to opponent having no blue mana. Us having no green mana. Although, oh no. Now our opponent adds 1 blue mana. Oh no! So many Manamorphoses. Now we probably very well could be dead here. Looks likely. Are we ever getting Modern Glorious End and Hive Mind Against the Odds? Maybe. The big problem with that is I'm not sure it's... Yeah, I think this is just game. I mean, yeah. Opponent had Rituals in hand. Embalm with Indestructible? Yeah, definitely could be. Oh, there's the island. Electromancer. Yeah, I don't know if we want to sit through all this. Well, definitely should have searched out a basic forest. Would have been the smarter thing to do. Although, this mana is super bad as well. I think this mana is unnecessarily bad. We should look at the list next time we get a chance. I don't even know if there's any real reason that we keep sitting through this. because our opponent can just gifts again, so yeah. So we'll scoop it up. Alright, well, I don't know. That may have went differently if we got a forest there. It definitely would have been better to get the forest there. Whether or not that would have changed the outcome, I'm not 100% sure. Do I think Thopter Emeria is better than classic Blue-White Emeria? I'm not familiar with Thopter Emeria, I don't believe. What's Thopter Emeria? I'm not sure what that even is. Yeah, where is this list before we go to round 3? So, one thing I'm wondering is if the mana has to be as bad as it is. Because in our deck, we're really Naya. We have, like, we have red cards that we want to cast in Through the Breach. We have green cards we want to cast in our Mana Dorks and Birds of Paradise. And we kind of have Path to Exiles, which could probably be Lightning Bolts. But is it really, do we really need to be playing 2 Overgrown Tombs in a basic swamp so we can cast Slaughter Games from our sideboard? I don't know. Some of those choices seem very, very odd. Anyway, on to round 3. Best modern budget deck is probably 8-Whack Goblins, I would think. I think the new cards are the ones we were talking about earlier, probably. I don't know. I'm not seeing any. All I'm seeing is Amonkhet cards on Mythic Spoiler. The turn 2 deck is really fun, but I don't know if it's consistent enough to be considered the best. But it's very fun and very powerful and can beat just about anything when it gets its right draws, but it occasionally does not get the right draws. Alright, I mean, we'll keep this. We have a fast Through the Breach. We have nothing to breach in yet. Are they different cards than we talked about earlier? It doesn't even show Hour of Devastation listed under sets. It shows Khans of Tarkir. Khans of Tarkir? That's a odd thing to be spoiling. Okay, you gotta go to more sets. Alright, yeah, those are the ones we were talking about earlier. Wildfire Elemental, the Crucible thing. Yeah, there's definitely some sweet cards. I think they're most likely legitimate or real. Alright, play the land, pass the turn. Do you think splashing red in Ad Nauseam for Glorious End is worth it? It would be a pretty easy splash. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully this is not Living End. Alright, this looks like Death Shadow. And we will see how this goes. Fatal pushes the birds down to 15 already. Well, maybe this deck should have been banned. We'll just play Overgrown Tomb tapped. Pass the turn. Yeah, it's pretty clearly Death Shadow at this point. Oh, Thopter Emeria is Emeria with the Sword of the Meek Thopter Foundry combo. I haven't played that version. I know what you're talking about now, though. More Fatal Pushes. I am unsure if that is better than the normal version. Aaron Mesa, go. So what we really need is Emrakul and Grizzlebrand, also lands to go with it before we die to Death Shadow. Opponent's down to 10. Gets in with Death Shadow. We can start chumping with Glimmer Points. We got to get white mana. We will get a, I guess, Sacred Foundry, so we can cast our Through the Breach. Okay. Glimmer Point Stag, Blink the Plains. I guess we could also draw a Path, maybe. Ever noticed how Bantu is the only one with a golden head? She is working for Bolas. Ooh. That's an interesting theory, Filthy Casual. I had not noticed that, but that kind of makes sense now that you mention it. Does the Thopter Foundry deck use Time Sieve? No. I don't think so, but it could. I'm assuming the Amiria deck probably doesn't because of... Well, I don't know. I guess it could. Oh, dear. Another Death Shadow. Well, we are running very much out of time. We can throw our creatures in front of Death Shadows. Well, there's the land. Well, this is it. So we play Glimmerpoint Stag. We bounce our planes. Pass the turn. We have our lands. We have to hope like crazy our opponent doesn't have Stubborn Denial. And that we get to untap. Thought Scours. I could imagine playing Thopter Amiria. I like Amiria decks. Grimag Angler. The biggies keep coming. Steam Vents. Untap. Down to 6. Well, we got to chump. Chump and hope. What can even get us out of this? I don't know if anything gets us out of this, honestly. We'll grab a land. And definitely not Glimmerpoint. Alright, alright. We could have breached a Flicker Wisp and hit our opponent to 3, but that's not enough. Emrakul, they would have still had a creature left over. Whew, that was pretty brutal. Eldest Scream, 3 months in a row. Thanks for the content. Because of you guys, me and 3 friends started doing our own personal commander clash each week. That is super awesome. Well, thank you for your subscription. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Would Emrakul, yeah, I guess Emrakul, any of our flyers would have just killed our opponent. That's true. What inspired me to start making MTG content? It kind of just happened. It wasn't an intentional decision. Madcap and Leylines would be the cards I would be most interested in this matchup. Although, once again, we have the what do we take out problem. I mean, Elish Norn does not seem great. Huh. Yeah, Purge kills things. Yeah, I think Slaughter Games is a little slow. Oh, boy. I have no idea how we're supposed to be sideboarding with this deck. The problem is we need... Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea how we're supposed to sideboard. Like, we can't just take out all our mana because then we never are able to cast things. And then if we cut our stuff, then we... That's the thing, like, if we cut too many of our fatties, then the odds of us hitting with Dubious Challenge aren't good. So just like, this deck is very mathy. So like, we should pull up, let me see. We should pull up the calculator. This will give us, this will shine some light on it. When in doubt, pull out the calculator. So let's see. We have, let's say, I don't know, 50 cards in our deck. We cut 2 fatties. We have 7 successes. We're getting to see 10. We need 1. So our odds of hitting 1 or more in 10 cards, I guess, is still pretty good. at 81%. Alright, I guess that's not horrible. With 9, it is 90, essentially, percent. Alright. I guess we can deal with that. Yep. Gotta calculate. Alright, we got Dubious Challenge. Probably gonna get Thought Seized, but we got Dubious Challenge, so I think we gotta keep it. Play Arid Mesa. Pass the turn. That's true, we didn't account for the 61 cards. Our math is off. Opponent cracks Delta. Naders McTaters. I hope not. I really think that Wizards messed up. And I think that we're going to get back to normal. And that these bannings will be a thing of the past. I actually really do believe that. I still go back to, I really believe it's that Wizards, the primary problem was that Wizards didn't print any interaction or hate cards. I think that was the biggest problem, and I think that they are actually going to fix that. I think they messed up 3 sets in a row because it wasn't so much the cards they were making, but the cards that they weren't making, which were Graveyard Hate, Pithing Needles, things like that, that just were always in Standard in the past. They were just constants that we pretty much always had it because that's how Wizards designed the game. And then Wizards decided to change things and design differently, and they're kind of paying the price for that decision. But they've basically said that that decision wasn't good and they went too far. So I really do believe that they're going to start putting those cards back in Standard. I'm not even talking like Blood Moon and stuff like that. I'm talking, yeah, like Pithing Needle, Tormod's Crypt, examples like, if you look at the past, probably the easiest examples are this would be, we had the Return to Mirrodin, Scars of Mirrodin block, which was super artifact heavy, had swords, had so many powerful artifacts. So then Innistrad had Stony Silence as a way to deal with that. And then Innistrad had a super graveyard heavy theme with Flashback, Snapcaster Mages, other Undying and so forth. And then Return to Ravnica had Rest in Peace. So those are the kind of things that we've been missing in our current Standard format. So I think that Wizards is going to shift back towards printing more cards like that. So I'm not talking Blood Moons and Chokes and Stasises, but answers. Like, I really truly believe if Relic of Progenitus or Tormod's Crypt was in Standard, I don't think Emrakul would have been banned. I think Emrakul would have been good, but I don't think it would have been banned in Standard or bannable in Standard if we had those cards. Ooh, jeez. Well, since we drew Beseju, I think we just... Alright, play Beseju, pass the turn, stop on our opponent's upkeep, path Tasigur. And now our Madcap and Dubious Challenge are going to be uncounterable and hopefully game winning. So let's just path Agur. We actually did Against the Odds videos of this deck a long time ago, and then it was played in a tournament this weekend. The build is not 100% the same, but it's pretty close to the same. Oh no, if they have double Thoughtseize, I'm gonna just cry. And I think the core set will help save a lot of those things. Like, the core set will give them a spot to put Doomblades and Pithing Needles that maybe didn't fit in Kaladesh or Amonkhet because of flavor things, but will be able to fit in the core sets. I'm super excited. So far, except for the digital stuff, which was lacking and the end of duels is, I know, disappointing for some people. I've never been a duels player. I tried it, never really got into it because I was always playing Magic Online. But I know some people are very upset about it, and understandably so. I can definitely sympathize with the fact that people spent real money on this, and now Wizards is stopping to support it, which is a fear that a lot of us Magic Online players have. Not so much that Wizards will stop supporting Magic Online, but that they'll change things so drastically that somehow all your money is now worthless. So I can definitely empathize with that aspect of it. But otherwise, just about everything about Announcement Week has been excellent. Alright, opponent takes Madcap Experiment, which makes sense. That's our more consistent. That's guaranteed to get us what we want. Dubious Challenge, we're spinning the wheel. Spinning the happy good times wheel, hoping that things will dubiously end up in our favor. Oh dear. That's a card we would have rather had in our deck. I'm a little nervous because 2 of our combo pieces are in our hand. Well, this is it. This is the game right now. Come on, Dubious Challenge. Remember, we sideboarded out that Grizzlebrand. Our odds. All right, actually, no, we gotta calculate. We gotta calculate. It's fitting. Where's the calculator? So let's run through this example. We have 48 cards in our deck. So 48 cards. We have 6 successes in our population because of our sideboarding and because Emrakul is hand. 77%, but then we also have only 6 Flicker Wisps. So it's kind of like getting 2. Is that, well, I don't know. Well, we don't even have a fetch land. Well, let's spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Oh, no, Dubious. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It's a spirit guide. Are we dead? We can give our opponent the spirit guide, I guess. I mean, we're likely dead, but we won't reveal anything. We'll edit that out. Pay no mind, opponent. Pay no mind. We could get another spin. We're not literally dead. We could draw Madcap Experiment off the top. Well, that's why they call it Dubious Challenge. It is both dubious and a challenge. Snapcaster, Thoughtseize. So we're dead to anything that can deal our opponent damage. This deck is pretty dubious. I mean, it's sweet. We're going to post a 1-4 or something, but it is sweet. We might just have to buy some treasure chests to crack open, since our streak has been pretty lucky. Hey, see ya, Bad Magic player. Have a good night. Well, alright, so I think our only... Well, let's see if we live. We're down to 2. So we need our opponent not to have Stubborn Denial and draw a Madcap Experiment. Well, alright. Boom. Beseju, who kills us. Oh boy. Dubious! Dubious, dubious. That was so insanely dubious. We couldn't breach, I don't think, because we didn't have the mana. Talonstray, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Alright, so... Oh, Dubious. Well, it's been fun, and we still got one round to go. Maybe we can salvage a 2-3 with Dubious challenge. So let's do our last 30-second ad. Come back for round 5. Then we might open some treasure chests. We'll see. And then probably wrap up with a game of Momir. But we'll be back with round 5, 30 seconds. Alright, we're back. Yeah, I think we had... I would have to look at our situation as far as the mana. We had 5 lands. We couldn't tap Beseju. We had the fetch land, though. But we drew that for the turn, which meant if we drew Breach, we wouldn't have drawn it. So I think we couldn't cast Breach because we couldn't tap Beseju without dying. "12 hours a day? That's like Nummy or Cheon or someone. That's so much streaming. I like streaming, but I do like 3 hours twice a week. 2.5, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. But that's partly because of all the other content. If I stream like that, we would never have videos or anything. Alright, on to round 5. I should update the record. Let me see, Drake and Vulture. What do you think of this budget mono black control deck? Oh, Primo! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Super Will, currently trying to make a budget paper version of the deck mono red, mono random from Commander Clash. Any thoughts? Oh, I bet it would be a lot of fun to play. I remember that deck being really cool. I think that was a Jake deck. But I think it could be really fun. Mono black control. Yeah? I mean, that looks pretty solid. Mono black Dynavolt. Spicy. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Maybe slightly heavy on the 6 drops, but I think it looks good. Alright, let's play first. And we gotta mulligan this. This hand is definitely not working. Oh boy. I will say I think we've had some dubious luck. But that's what this deck is all about. We are embracing the randomness and mulliganing into oblivion. Well, as far as 5 cards hands go, Emrakul to the bottom. So if we draw Dubious Challenge, this is actually pretty good. That's what we need. We got to draw the Dubious Challenge. Temple Garden untapped and Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Oh boy. Looks like Eldrazi Tron. Dubious Challenge off the top. Hallowed Fountain. Well, play Hallowed Fountain. Pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, Dubious Challenge, that is why the main problem with the card. It is, the way it is built is extremely inconsistent. Yeah, that's the problem, Diggle Wraith. That is exactly right. I played less 6 drops at first, but died easily, so I put in more. Okay, that makes sense, Drake and Vulture. Well, there goes our birds. Come on, Dubious! Well, more birds. Play the birds. If our opponent just has Natural Tron and plays a Karn. Oh my goodness. No, not like that. On the mulligan. Oh, that is the most Tron thing I've ever seen. There better not be a Karn. That is the Troniest of Tron things to do. Mulligan, have a removal spell for our birds, and have Natural Tron on turn 3. And a Walking Ballista. Okay. Dubious Challenge off the top. Come on, deck. what do we even do? I guess we can just blink the Ballista, but then we don't have mana to be able to... Then we're going to draw... Yeah, our opponent does have the mismatched Tron lands. I know we're going to draw Dubious Challenge, but I think that is the right play. Oh, it's going to be so sad when we draw Dubious Challenge next turn, though. So, kill the Ballista before it gets too out of control. Troniest. Like, Tron lands? Troniest thing I've ever seen. We'll definitely play Free Winrat again at some point. I haven't really worked on it lately, but we definitely will, because that's my all-time favorite. So we'll definitely get back around to it again. I did not get to see Ween. They came semi-close to me. They came to Cooperstown, I think, but it was at a day that I couldn't actually make it. But I don't know. So I have vacation I need to take this summer. So I was thinking of incorporating Ween into my vacation. Alright, play the land, tapped. Play the birds. Hope that we draw something. So I know next month, Ween is actually playing Red Rocks. And I love Colorado. I lived in Colorado for a few years, so... I don't know. I was thinking about doing that as my vacation, going to Colorado, because I want to go to Colorado anyway, because I like Colorado, and going to see Ween at Red Rocks. I think Beck is also playing the night before at Red Rocks, so seems like a couple of decent shows to catch in a row. Are we dead? Well, probably dead. Kills our stuff. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We dropped to 1. But that means we're dead even if we Dubious Challenge. And we don't Dubious Challenge. Yeah, looks like we're going for the 1/4. We don't really have sideboard cards for Tron. I guess we can, well, Platinum Empyrean just dies to Karn. And that is a thing they have. I guess we have Ceremonious Rejections is probably the main plan for this matchup. Elishnorn, I guess, is not very good. And like a Hierarch, because they keep dying to Ballista, maybe something like that. I mean, it isn't against the odds deck, so it's not surprising. The surprising thing is someone managed to top 16. I wonder how many people were at the Classic. That would be good to know. Because I don't know how you top 6. I mean, I guess you top 16 by just running well with this deck. I mean, that's kind of like what Dubious Challenge is. If you hit well with your challenges, you can beat a lot of people with turn 4, turn 3, turn 2 Emeralds. Stu 2003, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Oh, was it really 30 MTG Nemesis? Is that the real number, or are you just saying that? 60-ish? Okay. 60-ish makes sense. What's up, Mindrick? I mean, so that's still a reasonable performance. If there's 60 people, coming in top 16 is still like top quarter of the standings, which, I mean, is not bad. We get to play first. Okay, I mean, we got the win in hand if we get the mana for it. That is the plan with this one. Blightman, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. I don't think that Stony Silence is very good against Eldrazi Tron, really. The mana base is pretty sketchy. Alright, play a birds. Would have rather just drawn real lands that don't die to Walking Ballistas. Yeah, I remember watching the feature match. It was like 3-0 at the time. Rollsy, 7 months in a row. Man, what is it with this deck natural troning every time? What are the odds? I know the odds of that are not good. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Alright, that's a land. Overgrown Tomb. I guess we just go tapped, crack Windswept Teeth. Get a Plains. Flicker Wisp. Man, this mana is so brutal. Oh, it's so bad. Flicker our Plains. Pass the turn. Yeah, it is very much against the odds. We'll have to do Tron math. Kills our birds. So now we're super far away from Through the Breach. Not a... That's not fair. This deck doesn't even try to put together Tron. Seriously. Seriously. It's not even trying. It just like plays the Tron lands. I'm like, maybe we'll get lucky and draw into them. With regular Tron, I kind of get it because they dedicate like 40 cards or something to their deck, including the lands and like expedition maps and all the egg effects. Their deck is just overloaded on, they gotta have 2 cards, on everything that can possibly put together Tron. This deck isn't like that. This deck is just like, let's get lucky. And, whew, it's working out. Oh, this is brutal. This is so bad. Oh dear. Oh no. I wonder if our mana base can support a Ghost Quarter. Mind Stone. Sure. Ugin? You got a Ugin to go with it? Cracks it. Matter Reshaper. Reality Smasher. Opponent gets in. Yeah, we gotta see what our opponent does with Karn. Yep. Kills another one of our lands. So now our odds of winning are 0. Running blue man in our deck for those ceremonious rejections in our sideboard. Alright. Yeah, this one's over. There's no combination of things we can draw that makes this relevant. Good news is our opponent just naturally lucked into turn 3 Tron both games, so that's not a very common thing to beat unless you're playing a deck that is based on fighting against it. So that's not really a blow to this Dubious deck as much as just a testament to what happens when your opponent naturally draws Tron on turn 3 multiple games in a row. So that's yeah. Hey, what's up, Imoras? So as far as this deck, obviously there's no getting around the inconsistency. The deck is super inconsistent. It will always be super inconsistent because it is built around a card that is inconsistent. And there's not really any way of changing that. Like, Dubious Challenge is designed to be an extremely high variance card. So there's no fixing that. The most you can do is, like we were looking at the hypergeometric calculator, is to try to make sure you get your numbers as good as possible. So you're like 90% to hit one of your things, or whatever. So try to manipulate the percentages into your favor, but it's always going to be a super high variance card. And because of that, the deck's going to be super high variance. Is it better than other options? Like, if you want an extra thing to cheat things into play, you got Fist of the Suns, you got Aetherworks Marvel, I guess. Maybe? It's definitely sweeter. Like, you saw the feature match, probably some of you, and it's a really sweet way to win a game of Magic. Also a really good way to lose when you just hit, like, a Simian Spirit Guide. So that stuff is just how Dubious Challenge will always be. As far as fixing the deck, the biggest thing, and the thing that is driving me absolutely insane about this deck, is the mana. The mana is epically bad. So the problem here is we're splashing... Let's look at the numbers real quick before we do move on. We have Steam Vents, we have Breeding Pools to cast 3 counter spells, Dispel and 2 Ceremonious Rejections. So we're warping our mana base there. We're playing a basic swamp with Griselbrands that we're never going to cast anyway. We should just give up on the plan of ever casting a Griselbrand because it's so incredibly unlikely. We need birds and every black source in our deck to cast 1 Slaughter Games. So I think the biggest thing you could do to improve the deck, and you're not going to get rid of the variance, but it's to cut down to 3 colors. Like, this deck could easily have a Naya mana base that would run much smoother, wouldn't get wrecked by Blood Moon as easily, and so forth, and still play almost exactly the same stuff. You lose Slaughter Games and these counter spells. So I think that's the biggest suggestion. Steve OK42, 7 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Any advice for my janky modern Icicron Scepter deck? Took the list to a 3-1 at my last local tournament. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. I'd have to see the deck list, but... oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so... I don't know. I think it's really fun, but nothing from our stream tonight made me think that it's not an against the odds deck. Oh, that's pretty sweet. It's like a Delver deck with Icicron Scepter. It looks pretty good. Silence. Silence is a sweet option if you're censoring, or if you're sceptering. I don't know if you'd put it in the main deck, but it might be a good sideboard option. You can just kind of lock some combo decks out of the game with it, but it looks fun. So anyway, that's our Dubious Challenge deck. We beat Soul Sisters. We maybe could have beat Storm with better fetching and better mana. And I mean, other games we could have won, we just didn't win the spin of the Dubious Challenge. We had games where we cast Dubious Challenge, it did not win because of it. Our first game, we lost, first match we lost because our opponent drew 3 Flicker Wisps or something to actually beat a turn 3 Emrakul, which was insane. So I think there's a little bit of bad luck mixed in, but anyway, yeah, so if you missed any of it, you can watch it on the replay channel. So... alright, hang on one second. I gotta turn on my air conditioning. We're gonna do a 30-second ad. We'll come back. Do I have tickets? Let me see. I have Riddle Planes. Do I have any actual tickets? Alright, I have some tickets. When I hit subscribe, the window didn't load. Well, Stu2003, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Definitely appreciate it. One more ad. I'm going to turn on my AC real quick because it's starting to get super hot in here. Then we'll get some treasure chests, crack open some chests, play the treasure chest game, and then close out with a game of Momir since we have been playing Nomir lately. So be back in 30 seconds for some treasure chest openings. Alright, we're back. We're back. So, alright, it's time to find some treasure chests. We could play the Scepter deck at some point, possibly. Blood Drive again? Always with the Blood Drive that Twitch ads. Taylor Jones, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Did I type that right? Goat bots. I don't think I can buy 100 treasure chests. I don't even think I have enough ticks to buy 100 treasure chests. That'd be like 250 tickets. We'll go with 10, and we'll see how we do. If we do well, maybe we'll get 10 more. If we scrub out, well, then that's the treasure chest game. Someone posted an Isochron Scepter deck in the chat that looked pretty spicy. Alright, we got some chests. 10 treasure chests, let's see how it goes. Hey, thanks for the sub, Taylor Jones. Definitely appreciate it. Well, let's see. Here's our chance. 10 treasure chests. Nah, people wanted to open chests, so we might as well. The challenge was dubious, so it's a good time to crack some chests. So we got 10 to go. Let's see what we get. Chest 1 of 10. Let's see what our value is tonight. Brea Ethereum Sculptor, Frontline Rebel, Mortuary Mire. Brea might be worth something. What's the price on Brea? Do we have... Oh, I hope we don't open Dubious Challenge. It might be worth something. Oh my... 0.4, it's huge in 1v1 Commander. Alright, well that's worthless. Thanks, Moto. Alright, treasure chest game, chest number 2. 30 play points, ever after. And revoke privileges. So that's like $3. That's not horrible. Not good, but not horrible. Chest number 8, Elspeth Terrell. Not the Planeswalker we wanted, but it's got to be worth like a ticket, maybe. The paper, the Moto World is so weird. So Elspeth, $10 in paper, 98 cents on Magic Online. So if you ever want to just play casual fun games, Magic Online is such a great place for it because it's just so cheap. So you can get this for literally like 1/10 the price of what you could get it for in paper. So far we've opened cards that would be worth a lot in paper. Obnixilis Reignited. Good God, the Planeswalker trend continues. Please tell me this one's worth something. Obnixilis Reignited. Okay, 6 ticks. We can take that. 6.08 ticks. That's not bad. Actually looks cool. I like the promo. So we're getting there. So we've got 3 ticks of play points and also Obnixilis, in Oketra's name, and a Scarab's Feast. Alright, 6 chests to go. What do we got? Oh no, I almost opened all. 6 chests to go. Chest number 6 we get. Huh? I've never seen that before. We broke the record for the all-time worst treasure chest. We got 2 of the same standard common in Cemetery Recruitment and a Molten Rain. That's gotta be, I'm pretty sure that is the literal worst possible chest. I don't think it could get worse than that. I thought we were missing a card because I didn't even know you could get duplicates. And then another comment. All right, well these last 5 better do good or we're losing tons of value. Zozu the Punisher. Open the Armory. Demolish. Someday I'm going to build a Zozu commander deck. Probably more likely now that I actually have in my collection. Stirring Wildwood, Laboratory Brute, Throttle. Stirring Wildwood comes in at value? Any value? 2.11 ticks. So I think so far we're at 11 ticks, and we spent 26 ticks. That's not very good. We only have 3 chests to go. We better get something good in one of these, or we're definitely losing. Michaeloff, Merciless Javelineers, Caught in the Bright Lights. Yup, that's not saving us. That's not saving us. 2 chests to go. Come on, Worth. Dungeon Geist, Fangren Firstborn. Oh, we got 2 rares. Unfortunately, they are not good ones. Well, this is it. This is it. Our very last chest. If we're going to get lucky, this is a chance. Rishian Port, Liliana, something sweet. Wasteland, come on. Or Gaze of Granite. Well, that, boys and girls, is why you don't buy treasure chests. Yeah, alright. That's probably got to be the last time we buy treasure chests for a while, because that was brutal. I think we lost, like, we probably got 10 ticks back out of 26. That's not good. Well, dubious challenge, dubious chess, dubious all the way around. But thankfully, we can wrap up tonight with a game of Momir. So maybe we can have an undubious game of Momir to close out the stream. So let's pull up the Momir list. I will pull up the Momir lay so everyone knows what's going on in this crazy format. So who do we got on the Momir list tonight? What's my favorite modern deck to play? Jeez. I like Freewind Red. I like Amiria decks. I bounce around so much from decks to decks. I don't play many of them over and over and over again, but those are some that I do. So who do we have on the Momir list tonight? Let's see. Who do we got? At the top of the list, we got Scratch. We have the Best in. We have Drake and Vulture. .jpg. We have Min Ikori, Fearless Joe, Living Stony, Fried Lambs, Etika, Damnation, Sin Coast, Nicole Bolas 1818, Paradox, Whispers. Anyone? Anyone? You should do a video of your card collection of online cards. Is that rude? I don't think that's rude. Just like showing off the Magic Online cards. Talking about them. I mean, I guess, yeah. I guess we could do that. Alright, looks like Drake and Vulture is the challenger. So, Drake and Vulture, unless Scratched or Sinitrum? Okay. So I think it's Drake and Vulture. Drake and Vulture is number 3 on the list. So just send me your challenge, Drake and Vulture, when you're ready. And if you want to get on the Momir list, send a message to our wonderful moderator, Jay Zoller, and should be able to add you to the list. So Momir, it'll make more sense when we're playing it. It is basically the randomest format in all of Magic. Your deck is all lands. Every turn, you get a creature of a random creature of a certain converted mana cost, an increasing converted mana cost. It'll be easier to explain once we get going. So what deck takes over standard now? I think Mardu Vehicles is the early favorite to be the best deck. I think that Zombies definitely gets better without Marvel being around, because Marvel was basically the nightmare for that deck, and it's one of its worst matchups. So I think those 2 decks get better. I think Blue-Red Control gets worse because I think it struggles with vehicles, and it will have a harder time. Not to say there won't be a Gearhulk deck, but I think that Blue-Red will be less good because vehicles will be better, and Green-Black probably basically what Green-Black is. So I think Control, Blue-Red Control worse, Mardu early pick for best deck, Zombies improved, but probably not ahead of Mardu. Yeah, I think Control gets worse, assuming that Vehicles ends up being the best deck, which seems like a likely outcome, at least for the immediate future. Will it end up being the best deck after Our Devastation's out and all that stuff? We don't really know. And even if it is, Gideon will rotate and it'll get worse in the fall because of Gideon, which is one of the big powers of the deck, but yeah. What version of Amiria do I like best? Probably the traditional. I think the traditional build is still my favorite. We've messed around with Saheeli builds. They're pretty sweet. I do like the Jeskai ones with the Saheeli combo. Did not like the ones with Renegade Rallier. We played white-green Emiria. I thought that was a lot worse than the blue-white builds. Pummeler, yeah. I mean, Pummeler is Pummeler. It's always there. I don't know if it gets much better or worse because of the bannings. Blue-red is great against zombies. I guess we'll have to see how it shakes out. I mean, we'll have to see the percentages. Does Mardu Vehicles, is it like 10% of the metagame in the best deck, or is it like 25% of the metagame in the best deck? If Mardu Vehicles is like far and away the best deck, I think Blue-red Control is really going to struggle. We didn't get lucky enough to take the Dubious challenge. We went 1-4. The deck took 16th place in the Modern Classic. So not the overall big event, but it took 16th place in the Classic. No, we're about to play Momir. Drake and Vulture is about to challenge me. Just putting the finishing touches on his deck. And then we'll be off and running to wrap up with a game of Momir, which is good. We haven't played much Momir lately, so I think it's a good time to get in a game or two of Momir. We got Dubious. Our treasure chests were equally dubious. Next time I say, oh, we'll just buy some treasure chests, it's your responsibility, chat. Be like, hey, you told us to tell you not to do that. Who's my favorite MTG content creator? LSV is awesome. I really enjoy LSV. I find Rudy at Alpha Investments very entertaining, but I don't agree with a lot of what he says. Digma32, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Do a budget Magic with Mercurial Geist. Ooh. Yeah, it could be a good one. I tried to build Blue-Red Prowess. Haven't had any luck with it. I do enjoy Reed Duke. I enjoy Reed Duke as a commentator and a player. His content is very good, and he's an amazing technical player, but it's slightly slow-paced for me. I think it could be... I would enjoy it more if it was faster-paced. But as far as someone who teaches and explains the game, he is absolutely top-notch. So I really enjoy that aspect of Reed Duke, but I wish the videos were slightly faster. Alright, Dragon Vulture is here. It is Momir time. Alright, we're off and running for our game of Momir against Drake and Vulture. So we'll keep. Let's play a mountain. Pass the turn. Magic Man Sam makes some of the best videos in all of Magic. I love Magic Man Sam. Paragate Gate, 8 months in a row. Thanks for all the content once again. Looking forward to seeing new streams whenever they're up. Well, thank you, Paradox Gate, for the subscription. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So let's just pass the turn. Would love to see you expand on a deck consisting of only full art cards. Ooh, that could be a fun Against the Odds challenge. Only full arts? Yeah, Caleb is awesome too. I don't watch as many streams as I probably should. It's easier, it's less likely, except for like big events, the Wizards events, Grand Prix and stuff. Be near upkeep, if a player controls more creatures than each other player, that player who controls, that wording though, at the beginning of your upkeep, if a player controls more creatures than each other player, that player who controls the most creatures gains control of Wild Mammoth. Alright. that flavor text too. Alright, we got the Wild Mammoth. First rip Clan Crasher. So we are about to lose the Mammoth. That is super bad because we are never going to get more creatures. So we're just giving our opponent a free 3/4 to kill us with. And our opponent gets a flyer, the Dawn Griff. Alright, Wild Mammoth heading over to our opponent. Let's play the Swamp and hopefully make something to block this onslaught. Escaped? No. Alright, whenever it blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +5/+0. The whole 4 mana 1/2. Pretty bad, pretty bad. Do I have much free time to myself? I have some free time. I'm pretty busy, but every now and then. Corpsejack Menace, 4/4. Not super great in Momir. What about a commander against the odds where you have a legendary creature of each set to be on the against the odds poll for a dual commander league? Well, I guess we gotta kill our own Mammoth. Not ideal. But we gained some life thanks to that horrible null. So I don't know. So far the feelings on Commander 1v1 have been kind of mixed from people. It's General Tazri. We have no allies to tutor for because our deck is all lands. Have you seen the modern Amulet decks? It's almost a modern list with lands, turn 2 kill, fetching Boros, Garrison, and Double Strike goodness. Yes, they used to be super good and kind of fallen off since the banning of Summer Bloom, but they have been making a bit of a comeback recently. Geist Trappers give something reach, and itself has reach. Well, thank you, Hodge. Opponent gets in. We got to take our beats. We really need a creature that's big enough to block. That would be very helpful. So let's discard this mountain. Maze Behemoth. Multicolored creatures have trample. Well, that's not the worst, I guess. At least it trades with Corpsejack Menace. I'd love to see against the odds deck in Modern that's Commander legal. Ooh. Well, the problem is you can't have commanders in Modern. I guess you could play a Modern deck without a... Or you could play a Commander deck without a commander in Modern. Maybe that would be good enough. Opponent gets a Slumgar, the Drifting Death. When it attacks, defending player, creatures defending player controls get -1/-1 until end of turn. Kind of annoying. We still... That's going to make our creatures a little bit smaller and worse at blocking. Definitely the best creature that's been hit so far. And our opponent's got all the flyers. We really need a flyer. Oh, alright. That's a good one. That's a good one. Angel of Despair. We can't kill Slumgar. We can kill the flyer. Yeah, we probably just kill... That's not a ton of value. We could kill land? That might be better. Brawl Polymorph in Modern. Yeah, you could definitely play Brawl Polymorph in Modern. Yeah, we're just going to kill the flyer. How do I feel about Thraben Inspector in Blue-White Emeria? I mean, I think it's fine, but I don't know what I would cut to play Thraben Inspector. I'm not sure it's better than the other possibilities we have. Have you guys thought about trying out the new Arch Enemy stuff? Probably do a video talking about it and like opening it, but it's kind of hard to actually play because it's not on Magic Online. Skittish Vol-esque. Beginning your upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, turn it face down. That's not very good. Suppeladov, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber, Opponent Passes. So that's the problem, and then we're going to try to do a Plane Chase episode for Commander Clash, but Plane Chase is not working on Magic Online either, so it's hard to do some of those other formats. You cannot destroy the Avatar, unfortunately. While it's on the battlefield, it's not actually a permanent. It's very odd. Thoughts of a Glenelenda Archmage Vizier of Remedies control deck. I love Glenelenda Archmage, and it seems like it would work. I don't know if it'd be fast enough to be super competitive, but I think it would be really fun and interesting. Alright, well, General Tazri, I guess, is going to bite the dust. Okay, come on, something good. Something big. Bounce Kraken. We could take a Bounce Kraken. Hoverguard Sweepers. Oh. Oh, Daddy's home. Alright. Yup. Well, now that changes things. Can we draw cards and try to get to something bigger? That's a risky plan. Our opponent did get their morph flipped. You know what? We're going to do it. Down to 9. Take the risky line. Make our land drop. Start working towards Emeralds. Whew. Alright. The problem is we got to keep sacking stuff to this Devouring Strausis, which isn't super ideal. Any against the odds deck you'd like to revisit since new cards have been introduced? When you made some old ones? Oh man, yeah, I'm sure that there's some. I'd have to look over them and really think about it. Why is our opponent making a small creature? Yeah. So I'm sure that there would be some sweet updates to do, but I'd have to think about what exactly they would be. Devouring Strausis, sack, I guess Maze Behemoth, make an 8-drop. Next turn we could make a 10. 1 damage to each creature without flying. Okay. That might be good. That kills some of our... That actually kills a lot of our opponent's stuff. You should go back and do an update of all the Much Brew decks, kind of like how you do the Budget Magic decks. Yeah, I think there's a lot more that could be done with updating. You can make a big thing, a small thing with Strausis. That's going to slow down our mana production. Hits a swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Okay. Opponent passes, so I guess we sack. Strausis? What's our plan here? I kind of want to activate this a bunch of times. We would kill this, kill this, kill this, kill this, kill this. Block, block. Alright, yeah, we're going to sack Strausis. Play a land. Pass the turn. Yeah, I think this is fine. Now we can semi... How much does this cost to morph? Oh, it doesn't say. That's a lot, though. I mean, the deck is very inconsistent, but we did some sweet things. Also did some whiffy things. It's fun and unique. I think the mana could be tightened up a lot in it. Opponent makes an 8. Arcbound Overseer. Huh? What? Why? Is there a Winding Constrictor on the battlefield? No, 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 no. Oh, Corpse Check Menace! Okay. Yeah? That is a Winding Constrictor. Oh, no. That's a 12-12. Well, this game has gotten interesting. We are going to sweep away a lot of creatures of our opponents. Opponent's passing. Well, yep. Activate Ashen Fire Beast 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 5 gets rid of this Geist as well. And it only hits non-flyers, so it doesn't hurt our Angel. Alright, so we're staying alive. What are we making? Oh, play a land. I guess we make a 10. 10 is bad. We make a 10, hope for Nulomag. There's also a lot of bad 10 drops that we could hit, but maybe? Maybe Eldrazi? Okay. Decimator's alright. It lets us double block to kill Arcbound Overseer, maybe? Or triple block, I guess. Because it keeps getting bigger. Yeah, Corpse Jack is good. I mean, it's a lot more mana, but it is good. Alright, Chromium's good. That's actually going to die. Opponent passes. We play a Mountain. We could kill both of these. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just pass. I think we pass. Clear out our opponent's six toughness creatures. And then, yeah, I think kill the 2 6/6s is best. And then next turn, since we have 13 mana, we're guaranteed Emrakul the Promised End if we make a 13. Yeah, our Beast will kill itself, but I think that's okay, because then we get a Emrakul the Promised End. Yeah, this only goes on artifacts, thankfully. Actually, only goes on creatures with modular, not even artifacts. Only specific artifacts. Ooh, Descended Mindbender. Another thing that dies to our Ashen Fire Beast. I feel like this Fire Beast is actually somehow pulling us ahead, which is crazy. It's usually not this good. So, start the killing. Ping, ping, ping. Ping. 6 damage to everything. Oh, whoa, that was close. Almost spent all of our red mana. Alright. Everything dies. No persist, because everything's a token. Now we actually get to attack with Grizzlebrand to gain some life. And then just make a Emrakul the Promised End. So, get in with Daddy. Back up to 16. Play a Swamp. Make an Emrakul the Promised End, the only 13 drop in all of Magic. And now we can just chump Overseer and beat down in the air with with Grizzlebrand and Emrakul. So I think we're pretty good now. I mean, our opponent could hit something insane. Ugh. Avatar of Woe's good. That can snipe down our creatures. It might be too slow. Yeah, Momir is a very unique format. So, Momir, we start at 24 life. Yeah, we got to chump 15. 7, 12. Yeah, we just chump, I think. Chump that. Play a land. Attack with everything? Opponent blocks. Yup. And that does it. Whew. Yeah, so I'll explain Momir when we go into game 2 of our Momir match. So we got Momir. We start at 24 life. Each turn, we can pay X and discard a card, and we get a random creature token of that converted mana cost. So in the early game, we're discarding a land, making a random 2-drop, for example, then a random 3-drop. The primary strategy is to get to 8 drops, typically. And then, as you saw in the last game, so there's actually a whole series of these Vanguard avatar things that came out a long time ago. And they have different conditions on them. And the one on opponent gets Champion's Drake, not likely to level up to a big flyer. And the one on Momir just happened to be you start at 24 life. So there was other different conditions. I don't remember what they all are. I think they mostly dealt with hand size and life total. I could even be wrong about that. Maybe it was just life total. I don't really remember. We played Dubious Challenge, Dubious Breach in Modern, and it was dubious. We got a win. We also whiffed on Dubious Breach a bit. Also punted a little. You know, typical good stream. Karagma Butcher, Minotaur time. We gotta play Minotaur Tribal again sometime, now that we have Nehab. Also, yeah, definitely have had some people ask about Zubera as a potential against the odds target. Like, a whole bunch of Zubera and, like, rally the ancestors and sack outlets and stuff. Seems pretty spicy. It was hand and life total, okay. Oh, alright, you're right. Oh, it doesn't say it on here. That sounds familiar. I used to have a bunch of the paper Vanguard cards that I got in a collection, but I don't think I have them anymore. I think they were sold or traded. The treasure chests were also pretty dubious. Zubera's Undying Evil, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Rally the Ancestors could be pretty sweet. I think there's a few options of things we could do with them that would be sweet. So maybe we'll have to add that to the poll sometime. Abyssal Hunter, tap a creature, deals damage equal to its power to that creature. Well, probably not going to kill much, but it's actually not bad. In the late game, just tapping a creature can be kind of helpful. Oh, okay, yeah, the paper one is, yeah. That's the paper version of Momir, actually, I believe. This one does not actually say the hand size thing, but the paper ones do say that, so good call. Opponent gets in with Champion's Drake. Their creature was one of the original cycling payoffs. Whenever a player cycles, Warped Researcher gets Flying and Shroud until end of turn. Luckily, all basic lands, so no cycling lands to worry about in Momir land. And we'll just make a 5. I don't think that killing something or tapping something is important here. Oh my god. This thing, whose name I will not say. Oh, it's a 4-3. We could pay 0, make it a 3-3 flyer until end of turn. Hyalopaterius. Lemur? Something like that. I know I'm going to get yelled at, because I remember getting this card in Momir before, and I definitely butchered it. It exists merely to mock me in Momir. No one has ever done anything good with this card other than laugh at my pronunciations of it when we play Momir. Demonic Hordes for our opponent. Oh, God. Taps to destroy a land. Well, I guess we get to destroy our opponent's lands, too, which is helpful. Wait, at the beginning of your upkeep, unless you pay 3. Oh, God. Oh, man. I think that's just game. I don't think we can... Oh, no. I should have killed it with the... Oh, man. This is going all wrong. I'm all scattered from this Demonic Hordes. How do you beat a Demonic Horde? Our opponent has the 3 black mana. Alright, we gain a bit of life. I don't think we can beat it. That just kills our lands forever. Oh, yep. Yep. Way pretty dead. Man, that is some demonic art too. Very dark. I do miss the goofy old art though. Like, look at this thing. Look how goofy that is. They don't make goofy art like this anymore. Now it's all Sunweb. All right. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident. This demonic horde seems super good. Yeah, they could have just tapped it in response, though. Yeah, there goes our lands. Well, we're stuck at 6 drops, and that's not even gonna last. Worm Coil? Wave Wing Elemental. Yeah, I don't see a path to winning from here. Not supposed to look like this? Yeah, it looks like it has wings. I don't think that's correct. The black creature doesn't really do anything, though. We gotta leave up a mana, and all it does is tap it and deal 1 damage to it. That doesn't seem like it's worth it. Especially since they can just tap this in response. Opponent gets a flyer. Sack of Spirit. Oh, boy. Yep. Well, we're not going to die quickly, but we are going to lose to Demonic Hordes. Play a land, because now... Ooh. Alright, well... I mean... Yes? That's actually kind of good. That gets us back a land. And we can actually attack with Wavewing Elemental? Okay. I don't know if that really saves us, but that is a swing back in our direction, because it gets a land back. Should do this or that magic featuring 1 or 2 closely related artists. Ooh. Artist would be a good theme. I like that idea. Oh, he confused it with a monkey? I guess that makes sense. Well, as far as 6 drops go, well, this Sunweb can block it, right? Yeah. Sunweb can block our lemur. Opponent gonna continue destroying our lands. And passes. Well, we might have a path to winning. What's our opponent doing? I don't think that works. Okay. So we can... Let's see. We... tap that thing. Play our land. Go to combat. Attack, 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 attack. We just got to be aggro. Attack like that. Sun Titan gets back a land. Which again pumps our Wavewing Elemental. Man, if we went through Demonic Horde... I guess that's true. We could give it flying twice. I mean, I guess our opponent kills it with this, but... Wow. Opponent blocks and blocks. Blocks. Alright, well, we lose Sun Titan, but we kill a lot of our opponent's creatures, and they're down to 8. Are we going to sneak out this win? The sneaky win through Demonic Horde? Oh my goodness. Whoa! Opponent... Aberith. Cumulative upkeep, put a -1/-1 counter on it. So a 9/9 for 6 that gets smaller by the turn. Do we have it? Opponent passes. They only have one flyer. I think we just fly over, play the swamp, pump our Wave Wing Elemental. Abyssal Hunter coming through in the clutch. And it's Lemur time. Boom. Flying. Lemur with the wrong art. Get in there for 8Cs. Wow, through the demonic ore, the power of the Lemur taking down our Momir match. So our league was dubious, our treasure chests were even more dubious, but our Momir, the power of the Lemur comes through and was actually pretty sweet. Sweet? Oh my goodness. Well, hey, good game, Drake and Vulture. Thanks for playing. It was fun. Hopefully it was enjoyable for you. Definitely appreciate it. So I think that's going to wrap us up for tonight. So let's see. Let's do our reminders. Of course, if you want to check out this stream, see the Dubious Challenge, the awesomeness and the flavor fails and the puns, check out the replay channel. Can find all the old streams on there. YouTube channel. Gonna have tons of stuff coming up. Against the Odds coming out tomorrow. Had Budget Magic last night, so check those out as well. The merch page is where you can pick up t-shirts and playmats and tokens and all that stuff to support the channel and the site and the stream. So I think that's gonna do it for tonight. So big thank you to everyone who subbed and donated, and big thank you to all of you for just hanging out. It was fun. We have more announcements coming out. We have Marvel Band, so Standard's gonna be awesome. We have GP Vegas, so there'll be tons of coverage and stuff going on. So it's an exciting week for Magic, and I'm excited. And we will be back on Thursday. We'll have more announcements to talk about and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, in the meantime, check out the YouTube channel, catch Against the Odds tomorrow, all that kind of fun stuff. And, yeah, Our Devastation spoilers officially start Friday, so keep an eye out for that, too. Anyway, everyone, thanks so much. Have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you soon.